Let us begin with the chant. Mano buddha hankara citta ninaham nacha shutra jivhe nacha grana netre nacha vyoma bhumi na tejo na vayu chidananda rupa shivoham 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 we are discussing why we should meditate. Because nowadays, all of us, we are very, very aware about the importance of meditation. A few years back, we were not aware even the importance of keeping the body healthy. Because our lifestyle was totally different. But now, as it is, the advancement is going on, each and every one, the ordinary people are also becoming very aware about this. The physical fitness, at the same time, mental fitness. The mental fitness is very important, and it is possible only through meditation. Why mental fitness? Because nowadays, majority of the society, we are in such a condition, even a small child is also handling computer. And for that he needs, or the child needs, a very alert mind. And the alert mind is possible only through meditation. Yesterday, now it is of Dharmo B that's going on, I think 16th of this month in our Lemont Hindu temple, the conclusion is going to be happened, and children from all over America, they will be coming over here. So the Dharma week, 1/4 standard, he came to take interview of all of us. Now yesterday, one standard, he came to take interview. And what interview he was not knowing, and perhaps he asked his mother. A mother taught something, mother also young mother, she was also not knowing. And this boy very seriously asked me, "Do you meditate?" I told, "I try." And I said, "Why do you meditate?" And I said, "That is the reason. Every Sunday morning we are meeting for that only." So why do you meditate? This is a very wonderful question. We meditate only to know ourselves. What will happen after knowing ourselves? We will be all-powerful. That is the thing. The moment we will know ourselves, we will be all-powerful. Last class, we have discussed, what is the problem? Why can't we meditate? Why can't we control our mind? Only one problem. Single. That is vasana, desire. And all the analysis in the Eastern philosophy that they have done, after the thorough analysis, they have come to a conclusion and pinpointed on that, it is vasana, the desire. that is the only thing is not giving us the power to control our mind. Who is desiring our mind? My own mind. What are the things? Sometimes I don't know, you don't know, mind is going on thinking because of the impressions of the past. Because of the impressions of the past, we are bound to think, bound to desire some things. And that is the vasana. And last time we have discussed by quoting how the Rishi Valmiki, he is telling what is the vasana and Chittagata Samskara Vasana. In the last class we were discussing. Chittagata Samskara. The samskar means the impression. Impression coming from where? Last birth, previous births. And it is coming down like that. Small child. He has not seen the tabla before. But the moment he sees the tabla, it goes over there and starts playing. Why? How? That was there already. The impression was there already. Some of the small children, they are so fond of, the moment you present them any toys, they will open it and see what is the mechanism and all that. Why? Because of this. Not that they are breaking, but actually they are having this type of desire to go and open. Many of the children, they won't do. So these are the small things. If we observe carefully, we will find that impression is coming down, down and down. Then what we have to do? We have to be careful that this type of desire, and someone they are telling, to realize God also is a desire. Yes, it's also a desire, but it's a good desire. And because of that, it won't bind you. You see, there are some good desires and bad desires. What are bad desires? Which will bring all impression, and for that, life after life, we will have to suffer. That is selfish desire. This selfish desire, unselfish desire, this is the vasana. Sarvatha sahitam acharaniyam. Acharaniyam. We have to practice, we have to behave. What? That will make me good. That is the thing, that is the behavior we must have to practice. And every Tuesday we are studying Panchama Veda, the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. There, Sri Ramakrishna, in the very first question he is answering, you have to go to a holy place. You have to go and listen to holy talks. Mix with the holy people. Why holy, holy and holy? What is holy and unholy? Holy means those who are having unselfish desires. They are holy. And who are unholy, selfish desire. Majority of us are having some desire for ourselves. When we are booking the ticket in the air, and immediately we will book the ticket in the first row and all that. Why? Unholy desire, selfish desire, to some extent. But only there are some other things are also there. Some people, they like to go they need a big leg space, spacious place where they can keep their leg, because they're having some problem. So we have to understand that not that all the desires that we are having for us or asking for us are all selfish. No. I need 2 blankets or 3 blankets because I feel a little cold, and someone doesn't. It's not the selfish. So that way we have to understand what are the things. What is selfish? By depriving others also when there is a problem. So that way, selfish and unselfish. Other day, I was reading an article by one Mr. Siddharth Ganguly, In Search of Roots of Consciousness, a biological approach. The science, they are trying to approach the same place. That last time also we were discussing. And now and then we come across, then now they are trying to reach that point. Because already they have examined the external world, but not finding the answer. As long back, yesterday we have started a class, a course of discussions in the Hindu Lemon Temple every Saturday morning, first Saturday of every month, morning 11:30 to 12:30, we'll be discussing about India eternal. So obviously, what is eternality in a land mass? India is a geographical land only. What specialty is there that we are telling it as the eternal? Everything is changing, even the Himalaya is changing. It was not there before, now it has come. Sometime it won't be there. So it is not. Eternal means some of the truths that has been discovered over there on the soil of India. So that we were discussing. The India eternal. And what is that eternal? Atman, the self. That is eternal. Continuously it is remaining. Never change. And this is the point where the scientists like to reach. And he is mentioning about Mr. Francis Crick, a joint Nobel laureate with Mr. James Watson for discovering the 20th century biology's biggest breakthrough, double helix structure of DNA. Mr. Francis Crick claimed that the seat of free will or soul is deep inside our brain. This is the scientific approach, and they are reaching over there. In the vast assembly of brain cells are neurons. Another Nobel laureate, neurosurgeon Roger Sprague, California, he established in 1960 that the left and the right halves of the brain represented two altogether different types of minds. They are closely wired by nerves with the opposite sides of the body. And we know all this. The left controls the right and vice versa. Then we find the scientists listening the function of the left and the right brains, etc. Interesting is this, when the scientists with the modern equipments are trying to understand the mind, 2500 years ago, Bhagavan Buddha declared that all desires begin or born in mind. 2500 years ago, this Lord Buddha is there. And where he was? In a laboratory? In a university? No. By the side of a river, there was a big banyan tree. He was sitting under that. He was sitting under the banyan tree and discovering this. And he discovered the mind where the best minds of the present day science is trying to reach. And he is telling that where the mind is attached with self-desire, sadosha yukta, work will also be unholy, and the result, sorrow and disaster. And this will follow the person like the wheels of a chariot follow the horses. And you will continue. You cannot. Just after committing some sin, if you go and take a bath in the Ganga, very difficult. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is telling, some people they think if we bathe in the Ganga we will become holy. Of course. There's a belief in the Hindu faith, if you go and bathe in the Ganga you will become holy. But your sin will wait on the what's called staircase that is going down to the river. That will stay over there. And there is a tree perhaps. Maybe on the tree it will sit and wait for you to bathe. And when you come up, again it will jump on your shoulder. So that way you have to carry, you have to continue your own scene. And what is the scene again? Karma phala, the action and its result. If you don't believe, that is up to you. But there is truth. So you have to either believe or don't believe, it doesn't matter. It is going to happen. So this is the way Bhagavan Buddha in Dhammapada is telling, and in Lankavatar Sutra it's telling, Chittam Vartate Chittam. Now what we will do? Because suppose we have done something mistake. So many mistakes we have already done. We have committed. Now what is the way out? We'll go and burn in the hell for eternity. There's no way out? No. Buddhism, Jainism, Hinduism, they all believe, of course, there is a way out. What is that? He's telling Chittam Vartate Chittam. Chittameva Vimuchyate. Now the mind is the place where you are bound. And again, the mind can make you free. This is the importance of the whole subject that we are discussing. Our mind can bind us, our mind can make us free. Desire born in mind, and again mind can be free from desire. How? The Vedanta also teaches in the same way, Mana eva manushyanam karanam bandha mokshaya. Again and again, they are telling, as Swami Vivekananda, he is telling, you are the maker of your own destiny. Don't depend on any others. You need not to depend on God even. Depend on yourself. Just take the resolution, I am not going to do anything wrong. Nothing wrong is going to happen to me, obviously. So that is the strong mind that can say, I don't believe in God. I don't care about God. Because I am the creator of my own destiny. I know what to do and what not to do. There may be temptation. There may be pressure. As in Bhagavan Buddha's life we find Mara. There's the word Mara. And in the Vedanta they say Maya. And Buddhism is nothing but the offshoot of Hinduism. So they have changed this. They say Mara. Mara means temptation. When you are trying to do something bad, there is no problem. You'll see, your mind will cooperate with you. Everything will cooperate with you, and there is no problem. Even the neighbors will be so at all. The moment you are coming out, everybody is going inside and closing the door. They won't disturb you. But moment you are trying to be something good, trying to do good, trying to be good, there will be lot of temptations and lot of provocations and lot of people will be coming to tell you, no, you are not doing good, it's bad. So one young boy used to come to us and suddenly he stopped coming. Then after some time, suddenly I met him somewhere. I told, hey, why you are not visiting us? Previously you used to come and help us as a volunteer. Nowadays you are not coming. No, there is some problem. And what is that problem? My friends are teasing me. What the friends are telling? They're telling, oh, you are going to the monks. They're of no use. Simply sitting over there and doing nothing. I told, you have spent nearly 2-3 years with us. And you have seen how we are doing. Still then you are thinking that we are doing nothing. Just because your friends say. This is sometimes the bad influence is very strong. That's why Swami Vivekananda is telling aggressive goodness. Only goodness won't do. You will find in the whole locality there will be only one bad person. And there will be 10,000 good people. But one bad fellow will go on ruling the 10,000 people. Why? All the 10,000 people are good, but meek. So aggressive goodness, that's also necessary. And that doesn't mean I am not provoking you to go and beat all the bad people. That is the job of the bullish. But the thing is, we have to be aggressive in what way? When some people are coming and telling us and giving us all bad examples and arguments, we have to be equipped, well equipped also to tell them, you are wrong. So that is called aggressive goodness. I am confident, I am sure, and I know that whatever I am doing, that is good. So that is called, in the 3rd chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is asking a very important question to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. What is that? Prompted by what a person is forced, as it were, to indulge in sin, even against the will, the person's own will? Prompted by what? We are forced to do something which we don't like to do. And what is that? See, this is a very important question. And many people, they have marked the Bhagavad Gita as the scripture of the Hindu. Wrong. It's the scripture for the humanity. And that's why many Muslim sultans, the kings, they have translated the Bhagavad Gita. They were not knowing Sanskrit, but they took the help of the people, translated it into their own languages. Many of the Western scholars, they translated the Bhagavad Gita. Why? It helps people to understand. It's a great mind, Sri Krishna. Don't consider him as God. You need not to. That is up to us. Some people, they consider him as God. But you need not to. But listen to his words. What he is telling when Arjuna is asking the question. We don't want to do something, the sin, but somebody is forcing us to do. What is it? Where does it stay? Kama esha, krodha esha, rajo guna samudbhava. Then he is telling, Maha ashana, Maha papma, viddinna iha vairina. We are constantly putting all our 10 fingers and pointing to this. They are our enemy, they are my enemy. I was so good only because of them. No, it is only because of me. So one of our Swami, he has passed away. He used to say this type of things very nicely. He used to say, see, when you are putting our only one finger to someone to blame, all my 3 fingers are pointing to me. We are not noticing it. We are putting only one finger to him, so you are to blame, and my 3 fingers are pointing to me and telling you. So this is very important. And he used to say, whenever there is a problem, something there, Swamiji, this is the problem, then he used to say, this shall also pass. THIS, this shall also pass. You are having good days? Yes. It has passed. Now some bad days, troubled days have come. This will also pass. Again good day will come. So this way, the one sentences inspire us. When there is any problem, immediately we tell to ourselves, this is also going to pass. Nothing to worry. Something good is waiting for me. So this is the wonderful way, encouraging ourselves. Constantly, we must have to, and there is no other way. There's one young person, I don't know whether I told this story to you or not here. And he was a very poor person, intelligent also. And he got an interview in a big office, in a big job. And he was not having even proper dress. So he had to borrow a shirt and a pant from his friend, went to that office, sat for the exam. The interview was over. Unfortunately, just because of 1 mark, he was not selected. The one post, and very high post, naturally competition was very tough. Only because of the 1 point, he could not get that post. But the examiners, they were sympathetic to that person. They called him and said, see, we are declaring that person as selected one, but you have failed only because of 1 mark, 1 point. What do you like to say? They were expecting that he will be naturally praying to them, see, I am a poor person, I need the money, I need the job, please help me, like this, like this. But this young man told, if I am not getting this job, then I will surely know God has kept some other better opportunity for me, and I will wait for it. Afterwards, he became the President of India, Prime Minister of India, Morarji Desai. And this way, so we always get this someone or other that just because of one sentence, I believe God is there, He must have kept something good for me somewhere, so this is why He is not giving this opportunity to me. I will wait. Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda, again and again is telling, don't be disheartened. You will get your opportunity, and what you deserve, you will surely get. So this is the way we have to calm our mind. When you are agitated, what happens? Of course, the writers, they get the opportunity to write, If all these things are not happening, then how the film industry will go? If everything is quiet and everything, so there will be villain, there will be this thing, that thing. So these people will write, and the historians will write, newspaper will sell, and the filmmaker will do the film because of these people. But the person is suffering, and we are concerned for that particular person. And for that, our advice is, please know, only 2 things are there, kama and krodha. And krodha, the anger, krodha means anger, is associated with kama, means desire. When the desire is not fulfilled, then only we are angry. We want to keep the car over here, and when we went over there, we found a symbol that you are not supposed to be here. Some other people, it is blocked. Then, where we will go? Then again we come back, and we go to, then we are angry. Because our desire, little desire not fulfilled, so we are angry. So that is the reason we have to be, so in our, when we are brahmachari in Belur Math, we get the training. And just like the college, the classes are there. One day, and one Swami was there who used to teach us the Sanskrit grammar. The peculiarity or speciality of the Swami was, he never looked straight. He never always looked at his own feet. He never looked, but he used to give all information. How, we don't know. And he used to recognize everyone. And one day, one brahmachari came. He was a little late in entering into the class, and when he dragged the chair, it was, with a sound, a thug sound was there. Immediately, the Swamiji was already there in his seat. We were about to start the class. And in classes we used to do some chanting and all that then. And we were about to, suddenly he met the sound. He came rushing, dragged the chair and sat over there. The Swamiji from there, he said, why you are angry today? He didn't look at him. Why you are, and he never said, he used to quote the name also. He used to call the name. And so, why you are angry today? No, Swamiji, I am not angry only because this happened. So, do you know, he started the class like that. Do you know, at the back of your anger, there is a desire? He said, desire? I don't have any desire. Only thing he was, and that is the desire. Only he was not listening to you means your desire was that he should obey you. And just because he didn't obey, you are angry. Now go to the root of that and be calm and don't break my chair. So that way, he used to nicely make the class, and this way only we learn. Kama esha, krodha esha. And where from it comes? Rajoguna samudbhava. Rajaguna means activity, tremendous activity. And what type of activity? I am doing. Not that you are doing and I am satisfied, not like that. I am doing. Even though you are doing, I have employed you. So that is there. Always I is there. I am doing through you. I am doing by that. So this way, I is there. They are doing, working. You know, there are three types of people. Sattva, Raja and Tama. Tama is the worst. They don't do any work. The only thing they will do, and very perfect in doing, criticism. They will be criticizing others only. Rabindranath, there are people, in our places, they are always criticizing anything good that you do. If you have written a poem, they can't write poems. But the moment you have published the poem, 10 people will criticize that. Immediately. Why don't you write also? But they won't. They can't. That way. The Rabindranath, he was criticized by so many people. But he was a different type of personality. So he said, Shikha munde chori kohe doganari. Shikha means a tuft of the hair. The Brahmins, they usually keep, they shave the whole and they will be keeping only one. So that is called Shikha. Munde chori. As the climbing on the top, kohe doganari. By moving the whole body, you can say, Hat pa prottek kaje bhool kore bhari. The hands and the legs, they are making mistakes in every step. Then hat pa de kahe, ohe abrant chul, with the perfect hair. We are doing the work. That's why we are making the mistake. Kaj kori amra, tai kori bhul. We are doing work, and that's why we are committing mistakes. Unless and until you are doing work, how you know? So this is the way, even the Rajoguna. Here this Rajoguni means the tremendous desire. And they are Kama. And at the back Krodha. And they are the Mahapatna. They are the sinner. That is the sinner. As Jesus Christ is telling. Hate the sin, not the sinner. A person is committing sin under the compulsion of the sin. That's why hate the sin. And what is that sin? Here in Bhagavad Gita, Sri Krishna is telling Kama and Krodha. If we can see like this, see every great people, their teaching is having one relation. Because truth is same. Only expressions in a different way. It is lust, desire, it is anger. That is the main cause and the bondage and the enemy of a spiritual life. Then what to do? Where our enemy is staying? The next question. Where our enemy? I know the enemy now. Kama and Krodha. Where do they stay? Within our mind? Then Sri Krishna is giving the answer. He is telling Indriyani Mano Buddhi Asya Adhishtana Uchyate. Indriyani means all the senses, sense organs. This eye, the nose, the ear, all this touch, tongue, the 5 sense organs. Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya. Jnanendriya means by which we are getting the knowledge, acquiring the knowledge. That is our eye and the nose, the ear, and like this. And these are the senses, the mind and the intellect. This is the seat. So what we have to do? We have to control the senses. How to control the senses? By controlling the mind. And who is the driving force of the mind? Intellect. Look at it. The one after another, it has been analyzed. We know where we have to go and hit. Now in the war, the perfect planning of the war is what? Heating in the perfect way, in the right place, then everything is done. In the long back in our country, the kings, they used to have, when they used to go for the war, one big umbrella. Of course, decorated umbrella. All these golds are hanging here and there. King, naturally. And he used to sit on the back of the elephant, so that all people, they could see, oh, our king is there, and they used to follow. Now suppose the enemies, when they came, they understood, if we can break that umbrella, then all this whole army will break. Because they are united, they are fighting because of that umbrella. As long as umbrella will be there, they will be united and fighting. And we won't be. So their strategy was how to break that umbrella. And this poor king, he used to sit under the umbrella. Of course, he used to get the shadow. All others are in the sun, and they used to get the sun. But they somehow used to break that umbrella. The moment the umbrella will break, that's why the word Chhatra Bhanga, all the Indian people, they know, Chhatra Bhanga means, Chhatra means the umbrella, Bhanga means break. The moment the umbrella is broken, thousands of strong army, immediately they will leave the place and go back. Because the king is dead, so we don't like to wear. So that is the place, that is the point we have to. What is the target? Indriyani, Mano, Buddhi. These are the three places. Asya Adhisthana Uchyate. Indriyani means our senses, controlled by the mind. Mind is again controlled by Buddhi, intellect. And now this intellect, if we can control or make it transform, then everything is. That is the way they are telling. Eto vimohayatesha jnana avritta dehinam. You know, the knowledge is covered even by this. And how the knowledge is covered? Because of the intellect. And what the intellect is telling? Oh, this world, just you have to enjoy. Because we know it is for only few days. So let us enjoy. So how the buddhi is covered? So why not try to understand how we can make it extended? Ultimately, where we are going to go? Only by doing these and that, enjoying, but then we will die. Is it? No. We may be the member of the fitness club for all through our life, but still we are going to die someday. So this is obvious. This is obvious, we know it. Keeping the body fitness is good, but that doesn't mean that we are going to be living for eternity. It is not. So that is the thing. But why then, one question, the Yudhishthira was asked, Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti yamamandiram. Then he answered, what is the greatest surprise in this world? He was asked, Yudhishthira, what is the greatest, most important surprise? He said, the surprise is, every moment we see that the people are dying, but we think we are going to survive. This is the peculiarity. Ahani bhutani. Every moment people are dying. Gacchanta yamamandiram, dying. But sthiramicchanti kimascharja mataparam. But those who are living, we go and stand over there, and then afterwards we'll be putting that down or burning, and when we come back from the ceremony, again we are back old self, going to McDonald's, eating this and that. No, I'm not against McDonald's, I love McDonald's. But the only thing is very little fatty. Everything, one must be careful about that. So this is the thing that always will happen. So one must be careful. And who is covering our knowledge? This. What is that? Intellect. And what is that intellect? It is connected with these three things. And ultimately, it goes with Kama and Krodha. Sri Krishna's advice is, senses are great, but mind is superior to the senses. Again, Buddhi is above the mind. And then there is another top boss of all these. Who is that? Atman. And if you can know the Atman, then you can control all these people. Desire, you have to know the Atman to control desire. And he says in a very wonderful way, Indriyani parannahu, Indriyebhya param manaha, manasastu para buddhi, yo buddhi paratastu saha. One after another. And it goes on like this. In 42nd and 43rd verse of the 3rd chapter of the Gita is a psychological analysis of the human personality. What is the personality? This is the qualities. And how the qualities are developed like this way is given actually. The senses, the mind, the intellect and the spirit are 4 layers of human personality. Senses, mind, intellect. If you don't mind, I remind of an incident that happened long back in Andaman. So, see, we are brahmacharis and we have been trained to respect ladies and not to look at them in another way that the ordinary people they look at. So one gentleman came, he was a very big officer. I won't take the name because still he's there. And he was there, and in Andaman, the ocean. So naturally people are bathing, the ladies are there. There's a big hotel and the beach. It's a beautiful beach. And the people are bathing over there. He took me over to that place so that we can sit and discuss about religion. That was good. So we sat under a tree. The coconut tree was there. So we sat under that and I was discussing. And I was all serious because I was talking with a very big officer. And I was young then also. So I was telling him about this. But he was turning his head and looking at the sea now and then. I didn't notice that. I was thinking, it is very difficult for people to continuously giving the attention to a subject which is totally new for them. Very abstract subject. Vedanta, mind, this, that. So afterwards, when I completed, then he said, come Swamiji, we'll go for tea. We went for tea. And then he said, let me touch your feet. Why suddenly? All these days you never touch my feet. Why suddenly you are... No, today I must. Then he came and touched my feet and said, see, there are so beautiful ladies, they were bathing, but you never looked at them. And I am the double your age. I couldn't hold myself but looking at them. Why this? I told this is only training and nothing else. If you are giving the suggestion to your mind, they're my sisters, they're my mothers, they are bathing over there. One should not look at them at this point. You won't look. Your mind will never look. That is only the decision that you have to take. Small, little Sri Ramakrishna. He was 5 or 6 years old. He used to go, usually the village boys, they always follow the ladies. And the mother and the aunties, and they will be going. Children will also go. And when they are doing something, they will play. And these elderly ladies, they used to go to for bathing. And in the custom of India, after the bathing, after 1 or 2 deep, then you have to pray to God. Like this they used to do. Particularly the elderly ladies standing inside the water, if you are taking the name of God, that is very good, they say. That's why even in the cold, in Ganga, if you are taking the name of God, because that is Hindu, we are having so many figures over here. And they are also there waiting. So many gods and goddesses. In the Hindu temple, if you go, which god and which goddess you will go, so difficult. And suppose you don't have time, And you are just bow down to one God, and suddenly you will feel that another goddess is looking at you. Acha, you are not coming to me. So they'll be so different. So naturally, we are finding difficulty, and we are going and that's why in South India they have developed another system. They will hold the ear and give it round. So all the gods and goddesses are covered. Why do you do like this? Because we are not actually worshipping these images. We know this is only helping our mind to get concentrated. That's all. The God is omnipotent, omnipresent, everywhere, and God has no form. At the Islam they say, La ilaha illallah. There's no another God, no another personality, no another being, only one. In Christianity, in Hinduism, all that is same thing. We take the help of the images so that our mind is concerned. And why so many images? Because some people will like Durga, some people will like Krishna, some people will like these, that, according to their choice, no problem. And why water? Because the symbol of, there is no form. The water has no form. So these ladies, they used to do prarthana standing in the water. Because the small children, they used to jump, they used to swim. So naturally the water splashing. So one day one lady, elderly lady, told these boys, hey, why do you come? You are male. So you should not come to the bathing ghat, bathing place of the women. Then the Sri Ramakrishna Gadadhar, his name was Gadai, he asked, why? Suppose we come and bathe along with you, what will happen to us? Then naturally, just to refrain from that, then the lady said, you will get seen. If you are coming and bathing with us and creating problem for our prayer, then you will get seen. One should not look at the ladies when they are bathing. She told to Gadai, 5 years old. All others, they were afraid of sin. They told, no, we won't go. Because we will commit sin. But after 3 days, Gadai came to that lady and said, Auntie, you told me, when you are bathing, if I look at you, I will get sin. Last 3 days, I have looked at you. But I don't know, where is the sin? Then she, oh my God, where you were? I was hiding over there and looking at you. And I didn't get any sin. Then the lady took that boy to the mother of Gadai, Chandramani Devi, and told, look at your son, what he is telling. The mother was really very intelligent. And she told, oh, you should not look because they are my body. I am in them. So if you are looking at them secretly when they are not properly dressed, they feel insult, and that is my insult. That is the teaching, and he never did like that. So one type of teaching, one type of suggestion, if you are putting, and this is called satsanga, sadhu sangha. So in this way, if you want to be liberated, only the Hinduism is thinking like this? No. Very interestingly, Hinduism, Jainism, Buddhism, all they are telling that where the problem? In the senses. And how many senses are there? 10. Gyanendriya, Karmendriya. 10 sense of knowledge, 5 sense of knowledge, 5 sense of action. Gyanendriya, Karmendriya. And the mind. But Jainism don't include mind in the senses. They say no indriya. No indriya means the mind is should not be considered as an indriya. And Buddhism, they add another 3 with these. What is that? These male-female conception, happiness and misery conception, and purity, impurity conception. They also are counted in the senses. But Vedanta, they say, Only five and one. Now, Jainism, they are dividing this structure of the senses as two. Dravyendriya, Bhavendriya. Dravya means material. So whatever the material is there, one group. Another reaction of the material, another group. Vedanta says only five. Rupa, Rasa, Sabda, Sparsha and Gandha. And the sight, the taste, the sound, the touch and the smell. Shankaracharya, he is giving an example. See, only for one sense object, this type of animals and insects are dying. Who are they? Shabdadibhi panchavi reva pancha. There are five objects. Shabda adi. Shabda means sound, sight, etc. etc. Panchattamapu swagunena baddha. And there are five type of things are there, animals and insects. Only for one they are attached to that. Kuranga, deer. Deer means kuranga. Matanga, elephant. Patanga, moth. Meena, fish. Bringa, the bee. They are only having one attachment. Kuranga is very fond of sweet music. So the hunters will go inside the jungle and they will play flute. Just by hearing that music, sweet sound, slowly they will come. And because of that, they will get killed. Only attached to the sound. And that sound is dragging them for death. Matanga, the elephant, very, very powerful. I don't know whether you have seen anyone, how they are catching the elephant. You know, a pet elephant will go and the rough, huge one in the jungle, the pet elephant will slowly go and put the tongue on it. Slowly, slowly it will get tamed and it will come along with this one and will get killed. So this is the Kuranga elephant, they love touch and by that they are bound. Patanga the moth, they love the color of fire. The moment there will be fire, they will all come and jump on it and burn. And Meena, the fish, they are very fond of smell. When the bait is there, they get the smell. They will come, they will try to grab it, and they will be. And all these people now, this is summer, so all they will be going with and they're catching the fish. And this poor fish, they have not read Shankaracharya, so they don't know. So they will be caught. This Meena, the Gandha, that means the smell, and Ringa, the bee. Bee is for test. They will go on testing different flowers like that, and by that way they are caught. Now Shankaracharya is telling, see, only one, and that they are dying. How about the human being? Nara Panchaviranjita king. The human being having all the five, and they are dragged to that. Jainism also, same way they are telling. In Uttara Adhyayana, that is the book of Jainism, they say, the sutra, Satte Ruve Ya Gandheya Rase Fase Taheva A Panchavihe Kamagone Nichaso Puribhajyae. It's a little difficult, it's not Sanskrit. So they are telling the same way that you have to be Puribhajyae, you have to discern, be careful, these things. Satte means sound. Rabe means beauty. Gandhe means smell. Rase, taste. Fase means touch. They are Niyamasara and Pragya Panasutra. They are telling like this. It's so difficult. They are only giving like this, telling like that. But it is so difficult. So difficult. How? There was a person, he was practicing austerity for 12 years, all alone inside the jungle, inside the cave, 12 years. Then after 12 years, he thought he has controlled his senses. Now there is no problem. So he came, and he was sitting just before the village. He was thinking that afterwards I will go and bathe. Then he found that the young ladies, they're all playing, bathing, all that. Immediately, after 12 years of practice of austerity, immediately all the senses and the feeling came in the mind, and he became so disgusted on himself. The 12 years, I couldn't control my mind, so he became so disgusted. He thought, just because my eyes is going over there, bringing all the impression, creating my mind, all this problem, this is the problem with the eye. If there is no eyesight, there will be no problem. So he took, there was a, pardon? He plucked one, a kanta, a thorn, and the thorn he plucked, and then he made himself blinded. With the thorn, and then afterwards he became a very great saint, Suradas. Suradas means the blind person. So in northern India, they will never call blind, Andha, they will never say. They will call Suradas. The Suradas means blind, and he did like that. It's so difficult. There's another story is there. The one brahmachari, and he started feeling that I have no problem. I have controlled all my senses. It's so difficult controlling the senses. That's why all the stories are. And one day, he declared himself that I'm free from all the attraction of the senses and there is no problem for me. He was sitting and meditating. Suddenly, there was a knock. It was all raining outside. And there was a knock at the door. He opened the door and found a very beautiful lady, almost drenched, standing over there and begging, can you please allow me to enter into the room? At the corner I will sit, please, for this night, because in the morning I can go. It is so heavily raining, I cannot go. Out of compassion, the brahmachari said, okay, you go and sit over there. And he sat, and he turned and started meditating again. But slowly, again and again, that senses came, and he was turning the face and looking at the lady. And slowly, he thought, now out of compassion, I must ask whether she needs any good clothing or not, because it's all wet. And she told yes. Then he gave some of his own clothing. And then then when it was changing, and then like this, he got so much attracted. When he was about to touch the lady, he found, where is the lady? His own guru is sitting over there. And his guru said, and you were declaring that you are free from all this? Continue another 12 years over here. So this is the way, this is so difficult. And Shankaracharya, he is telling, Doshena Tibra Vishaya, Krishna Sarpa Vishadapi, Bhisham Dihanti Bhoktaram, Drashtaram Chakshushapayam. It's a wonderful book of Shankaracharya, is Viveka Chudamani, the crest jewel of discrimination. There he is telling, the sense objects are like the venom, but when a snake is biting you, then only you are dying. If the venom is not injected, there is no problem. But the sense objects, the moment you look at it, it starts reacting. So this way, one has to be very, very careful. And Ma Sarada Devi is telling for the spiritual aspirant, do I really like to be spiritual? All people are declaring, some is God, some is Goddess, some is this, some is that, and they will be standing like this and they will do like this, and we are all getting purified, and so many things are going on. But if we know how difficult it is, then only we will understand. Ma Sharadamani Devi is telling that this, just to control the mind, won't do. If you need to realize God, Nirvasana, you have to give up all desire, every desire. Then only you will be free, otherwise not. There's a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, and some desire one must keep. So Swami Vivekananda wanted to bless him. He said, what do you want from me? I will bless you so that you will get it all through your life. Ask me anything. It's a boon I will give you. And Swami Vivekananda had that power. And he said, you would like to give me boon, that's good. But whatever. Then he said, please bless me so that every morning I get a cup of tea. That is the boon I need. So that is why. There is no vasana at all. There is no desire at all. Just like that. Only one desire we have to keep. What is that? That is the desire for God. And the best way, all these shastras, all this, our Gita, our Upanishad, and the Jainism and Buddhism, all the teachings that they are giving to be away from this problem, the best suggestion has been given by Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. What is that? He is telling, just turn your desire towards God. That's what we'll do. In the Bengali, in the own language of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Mod Ghuriye Dao, tahali hobe. You cannot eradicate. It is impossible. You cannot eradicate like that. One of our Swami, he was sitting in meditation. Why? Because it was the time for the nuts to put injection. And he was very afraid of injection. And he was so much afraid of injection, and the moment the lady nurse came, he said, hey, wait. Let me take out the mind from the body, then you put. And nurse thought the Swami, naturally some mind out, etc. it may be. So let me wait. She was waiting. But mind is not going out. It's continuously. Then what to do? The moment she wanted to touch, no, not that. I'm trying to take out the mind. Then nurse went and reported to the office, and the in-charge Swamiji, another 2-3 persons, they came. They hold the Swami and told, you try, we also help you to take out your mind. In the meantime, let the injection go. It is not so easy. So, Nirvasana, how it can be? Sri Ramakrishna is telling so easy. Easy means, don't try to eradicate it. Don't try to remove it. Let it be there. Only take the turn towards God. What is that? Shabda. That is the problem with us. You tell your mind, I like to listen, but the name of God. Anywhere and everywhere that I go, I only like to listen the name of God. Then sparsha, I will go and touch the feet of God. Why should I eradicate the sparsha? Why I am so much afraid? Wherever I go, whatever I touch is nothing but the feet of my Lord. That suggestion you are giving to the mind, and your mind is becoming pure. Rupa, whatever I see is nothing but the manifestation of God. It's nothing. Everything that I see is God manifested in different form. Then rasa, whatever I drink or eat, is the prasada of my Lord. And this any smell, this is the fragrance of my Lord. See the Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, these 5, they cannot disturb your mind, rather help you to be concentrated constantly, every moment on God, if we accept the advice of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. More Phiriyada. Just take the turn, give the turn of your desire. This is the easiest way. Thank you, friends. Again in the next in 9th June, again at this time we'll meet and we will discuss about this, our mind, and we'll see the mind, we have to take it to the consciousness. And what is consciousness? According to the science and according to Vedanta. Let us again chant that, where It is telling that I am not the senses. Mana, Buddha, Ahamkara. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not the ego. I am not the chitta, the repository of all this. I am not the ear. I am not the tongue. I am not the nose. I am not the eye. I am not the boma, the space. I am not the earth. I am not the fire. I am not the air. Then who am I? Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am all goodness and all love, all purity. Mano Buddha Hamkara, Chittani Naham, Nacha Shutra Jubhe, Nacha Ghrana Netre, Nacha Vyoma Bhumi, Na Tejo Na Vayu, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham, 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 Shivoham. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. So this is also, every action, it produces some result. The whole hour we have discussed the Shastra, and naturally it will also produce some good result. And if we take the good result, then the bad result will also we have to bear. So that is the reason Arpanamastu. We offer even the good also to God. This is also to yours. I don't need anything except you. We only need you. Thank you very much.